Welcome to Practically. We bring learning alive, and I am here to help you out revise some important concepts for the NTSE Stage 1 preparation of biology section. Menstrual cycle is a topic which is actually not covered in the 10th standard syllabus, but there are some questions asked on it, and that's why let's have a quick summary and review of what is menstrual cycle and various parts in it. So here is a graphical representation of the menstrual cycle. Although this diagram looks complicated, but it's actually not. It's just summary of various things happening during the menstrual cycle. So let's analyze it one by one. What you can see here in the bottom is the diagram of the womb showing the endometrium layer. Endometrium layer is the innermost layer of the uterus where actually the implantation of embryo happens. And in this diagram is going to show the variation in thickness of the walls of uterus. Then we have the ovarian cycle. This shows the diagram of Graafian follicle which has ovum, that is the egg in it. Then we have a graph of various hormones which are involved in the menstrual cycle. And then we have a graph showing a temperature, which is not that important, just for an information it is shown. And then we have the timeline. Since menstrual cycle is a monthly cycle, so here is a timeline. Now let's analyze it, starting with the stage 1 of menstrual cycle, which is also known as the menstrual phase, where the endometrium layer gets degenerated, and because of the low level of various hormones, the endometrium layer starts breaking, and it causes rupture of blood vessels, and the blood along with some cells of endometrium layer and the unfertilized ovum comes out through vagina through menstrual flow. This goes for around 3 to 5 days, and then the next phase is the proliferative phase, which happens because of rise in the level of FSH, which is also known as follicle stimulating hormone. It stimulates the follicles in the ovaries, which turn into Graafian follicles, which has the ovum in it. And on the 14th day, around 14th day, that is called as the ovulatory phase, this Graafian follicles rupture and ovum is released out, and that is called as ovulation. And this happens because of sudden rise in the luteinizing hormone LH. So you can see here is a LH surge over here, and also there is rise in FSH. So because of the sudden rise in these two hormones, the Graafian follicle ruptures and ovum is released out, and then the remaining part of Graafian follicle turns into a part called corpus luteum, and this part secretes progesterone. As we all know, both progesterone and estrogen are the female sex hormones, and progesterone is also known as pregnancy hormone since it maintains the thickness of the endometrial walls. As you can see, after this stage, the thickness of endometrium walls, that is the walls of the uterus, will start growing because progesterone helps to in the growth of the uterine glands and the blood vessels, and the uterus becomes ready in case if there is fertilization of this ovum, and in case if the embryo is formed, this should be ready to implant it. But if fertilization doesn't happen, then the corpus luteum degenerates and the levels of progesterone falls, and because of the fall again in the level of hormones, again the walls of endometrium starts degenerating and the menstrual flow happens. In this way, this cycle continues. So here is a short summary of menstrual cycle. We will be coming up with more such short and important concepts for you to revise for the NTSE Stage 1 exam preparation. Download the Practically app and enroll for our 1-month free NTSE Fast Track Cash course. And we go live on YouTube daily at 6 p.m. So please do join us. Thank you.
Bring learning alive. Practically.